First off, Sister Lisa, thank you so much. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you for inviting me.
I think what we'd like to know is, how did you first learn about Our Lady of Sorrows?
Well, my mother has a great devotion to Mary, and Our Lady of Sorrows is part of that devotion. My mother was a very Mary-like figure because she would stand with people and just feel with them and ponder it all in her heart. She was not a complainer. So, and she talked about how Mary can help us with suffering, not to make it go away, but to live with it peaceably, and even more, to help other people live with their suffering more peaceably, just by being open and present.
That's beautiful. What is Our Lady of Sorrows best or most known for?
Well, the devotion to Our Lady of Sorrows comes from the 7 places in Scripture where Mary experiences the sorrow of her relationship with Christ. The prophecy of Simeon, who is the first to tell her that sorrow will pierce her heart. The flight into Egypt, losing Jesus in the temple, and meeting Jesus face to face on the way to Calvary, standing at the foot of the cross and experiencing his death, receiving his dead body, and being witness as his body is laid in the tomb. And all of those are very human experiences, especially for parents. You know, when they love their children, they're going to suffer with them. I can only imagine what it would be like for a parent to lose a child and not know where they are, to have to flee out of for safety. That's happening all around the world today. The people are fleeing for safety because their homeland is not safe for them to live. But each of us experiences our own suffering as we walk Via Dolorosa, the way of sorrows. And Mary can help us gain a perspective on that and also deepen our compassion.
So what has been the impact of Our Lady of Sorrows on your life?
Well, I'm an Ursuline sister of Tildonk, and our congregation was founded on September 15th, 1818, the feast of Our Lady of Sorrows. And so the congregation from the beginning was dedicated. And we have, devotion makes it sound artificial or plastic. We have an awareness of how Mary is with us, interceding for us in our suffering and leading us more closely to the feet of Jesus.
If I may then, from piggybacking off what you just said, what is your relationship like with Our Lady?
I see her as not just Jesus's mother, but our mother. And I don't mean my mother, I mean our mother, who is a model for us on how to live in relationship with God and not to be turned away by the difficulties of life or to be so overwhelmed by our circumstances, but to remain steadfast, to draw on that inner wellspring of strength and faith, sometimes just putting one foot in front of the other. And not just in facing our own overwhelming circumstances, but even more in walking or standing in solidarity with the people around us who suffer. And God knows that there is great suffering in the world today. And we don't not necessarily talking just about the people that we meet face to face, but when we know that there are people in Gaza who are going hungry, or people in the Ukraine who are still homeless, or people in Africa and South America who are without the basic necessities, we can stand in solidarity with them, even if only by asking Mary to intercede.
I want to thank you so much for your time and your words, because I think that a lot of people will find help, solace, and potentially the beautiful relationship that you have. Thank you.